to touch her, you can't go back. Turn around now and leave her. Walk away, she's got spring fever. Walk away, she's got spring fever. Walk away, it is spring.
Photography is like growing grass. But first, let me thank today's sponsor, Nobody, because my upload schedule is very inconsistent lately. So I don't have any sponsors, but I did indeed take a little bit of a break, and I'll get to the title of the video a little bit later on. But after I took that last portrait of Jason and Diablo, I honestly just wanted to not take a single photo for a while, and I did just that for around 2 weeks. Didn't think about making any videos. Didn't even really want to take any pictures just because feel like I've been doing it for close to 2 years, just pretty much nonstop. If I wasn't making a video, I was taking pictures. If I wasn't taking pictures, I was thinking about taking pictures. And social media and everything, with everything going on, TikToks, Reels, Instagram, Twitter, everything's go, go, go. So I just felt like I needed a break, and it was nice. And as you can see from the first part of the video, we have been doing some yard work. It was much needed. It was neglected. One day I was just digging up some weeds, and it kind of turned into this whole entire redoing of our front yard. And we're trying to grow grass. We're trying to get rid of weeds. We're trying to plant flowers and everything under the sun just to make things look better and nicer and cleaner. So I did buy a Pentax 6.7 recently, and it's the third time that I bought a Pentax 6.7. And there's a reason for that, because I feel like I don't need it, and then I feel like I need it, and then I feel like I don't need it, and then I feel like I need it. But I had a wedding last weekend in New Orleans, and I busted it out for a couple portraits. And while I was using it, I was looking through the viewfinder, and I'm like, this has kind of lost some of its magic. It doesn't really look like it used to look. Maybe it's not going to turn out as great as I remember it being. And then I had a little problem with the door hinge as well. I was having trouble getting the door open, and the bridal party was coming in. I'm like, why do I shoot film at weddings? And this is a terrible idea. But I processed the film, and then I got the scans back, or after I scanned it, and I know why I fell in love with it the first time that I used it. They turned out really great. The 105 is a beast of a lens for medium format. There's really no way around it. It's just really beautiful, and it just has a look that digital cannot replicate. After my little 2-week hiatus, I did start making new work for the project Articles of Virtue, and basically I just been reaching out to past people that I photographed in black and white and seeing if they're down for another portrait in color. That's what I did with Jason and Diablo. And then I met up with a gentleman by the name of Larry, who I photographed in black and white, and I really liked the way his portrait turned out on black and white, because you could see just everything in his garage, the toy car on the left. You could see the pictures of him and his father on the right, down by his feet. So I knew that I wanted to go back and get his portrait again. So I did just that. I took a couple, and he was smiling in some, and didn't really like the way that they looked, but finally got him over to his garage. And when he opened up the garage door, the photos of him and his father were still there. So I got another portrait with him, and then I got this really tight headshot that I think works really well. Just the light from behind. This was around like 6:30. The sun was going down. Everything just kind of came together for that. And he was a really good sitter as well. As you can see, it's perfectly in focus and sharp as a tack. But I told myself when I would come back and start making videos again that I would kind of get back to being less serious about everything. I think for a while I got to be a little bit too concerned with making everything perfect, trying to make the perfect portrait, the perfect video, have the perfect music and everything like that. And everyone knows that it doesn't work that way. Not everything is perfect all the time. You're going to have ups, you're going to have downs, you're going to miss focus, you're going to overexpose, things like that. So I wanted to make this video a little less serious and just get back to the roots of just going out and taking some photos. And I met up with a person that I met online, and his name is Jake. He's a photographer from Southern Illinois, and we met in the middle in DuQuoin, Illinois, to take some pictures on a sunny day.
Don't need your loving, baby. Don't need your loving now. Well, don't you hug and don't you kiss no how. Ain't nobody new, no, like you. Ain't found nobody new who could love me like you do. Well, I'd rather be lonely, I'd rather be blue than to love somebody like you. Don't worry about daddy.
And we were walking around DuQuoin, Illinois, just trying to find things to photograph. I wasn't taking many photos, but we came across this auto body shop, and I noticed this woman that was following us. We were under a bridge about 5 minutes before this, and you could tell she might have been homeless or just something of that nature. And she started to follow us a little bit, and at first I was a little bit worried, just because you don't want people following you when you have a ton of expensive gear. But we were taking photos of this automotive place, and she was just kind of loitering around, not doing much. And then I finally just looked at her and was like, "It's a pretty cool sign, huh?" She's like, "The sign?" She's like, "Yeah, I guess it's okay. It's pretty cool." And we started talking a little bit, and then she actually asked for me to take her portrait. And I was like, definitely, would be glad to. And then she proceeded to ask what we were doing, why we were taking pictures. I said that we met online, and then she proceeded to think that we were, in fact, gay lovers, which was pretty funny. And I was like, no, not like that, not a romantic relationship. We are photographers. We met online. We met in the middle. It was just a funny interaction, but I ended up taking her portrait. Not the best lighting, not the best location, but she wanted it in front of the church. So I just decided to do what she wanted, and hopefully she likes it.
Some people think love is a game you have to put away. I don't know how to blow out the flame and toss out the bouquet. I couldn't sleepwalk through moments with you. I do all my dreaming awake. I can't believe I can't believe the way you look at me. Mother is gone, father is too. She followed when
We walked around for a couple hours, and I was kind of bummed that I wasn't finding any classic cars or interesting people to take portraits of, but we were walking towards this bridge, and I saw a car poking out from behind a house, and I noticed that there was a girl just playing on the porch. So I asked her, was it her dad's? Whose car was it? She said it was her uncle's, and I explained the project to her. She went inside the house, and then out walked a man by the name of Josh. When I first met with Josh, he was a little bit reserved about everything, but when I set up the tripod, set up the camera, he definitely came out of his shell. He started to ask more questions, tell me more about his car. Turns out that his wife's hat was actually sitting in the dash, so I got a picture of that, which I really liked. And then he told me that there's a big car show that comes around every June in DuQuoin, and he said there's 4,000 or 5,000 classic cars, so I'm definitely looking forward to potentially going to that and seeing what that's all about. But I've been really happy with the work that I've been making recently. I feel like it's just been very consistent. I don't have to worry about what film I'm using, what camera I'm using, anything to do with gear. I can just focus on the subject, focus on the composition, and focus on the light, because that's what makes an image an image. And I just want to let you guys know that it's okay to take a break. It's okay to just chill for a second when my favorite YouTubers or photographers, when they don't post for a while, I'm not upset or mad at them. I'm just patiently waiting for them to return so I can continue watching them grow and watch them put out new work. And when I was thinking about making this video, what I was going to call it, what I was going to make it about, I just kept coming back to pulling weeds, to doing yard work, and to growing grass, because photography is like growing grass. It starts from the bottom and it works its way up. If you pay too much attention to it, then it will feel stagnant. If you try to feed it too much, it'll self-destruct. It's about being patient. It's about waiting for that sunny day that you know will do it wonders. The small steps that lead to big rewards. A lush green patch that continues to grow even when you stop watering it. Something that you can look at with a smile and say, I did that. Others might look at it and think, all it is grass. It's everywhere, big deal. But you know the work that went into it, the hours watering it, the time spent planting the seeds. That's all that matters. And then when you go out into the world and you look at the other yards and gardens, you too can see the hard work that really was at the surface the whole time that everyone else seemed to miss.